It is 1:01. Good afternoon from the 104.5 The Zone Studios. I'm Jackson Williams. A blockbuster trade in the NFL yesterday as the Dallas Cowboys traded All-Pro defensive end Micah Parsons to the Green Bay Packers for 2 first-round picks and defensive lineman Kenny Clark. Parsons and the Packers then agreed to a 4-year, $188 million extension that includes $136 million guaranteed. Parsons now becomes the highest-paid non-quarterback in the NFL history at $47 million in average value. Tennessee Vols basketball head coach Rick Barnes signed a lifetime contract yesterday. Athletic director Danny White announced Barnes will make $6 million per year until he decides to retire. Tomorrow, a new era in Tennessee football begins. Mike Keith and Ramon Foster with their first broadcast on the Vol Network as Tennessee Vols take on the Syracuse Orange at 11 a.m. in Atlanta at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. You can hear the broadcast right here on The Zone starting at 8:30. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Cover 2 with Blaine Bishop and Zach Lyons here on 105 The Zone, powered by All Four Seasons Garage Doors. 615-737-1045 is the number. And we are live at Yazoo Brewing Company in Madison, Tennessee for the college football kickoff today.
Yes.
Thanks to Porch Factory and Logo Brands. Join us and kick off your Labor Day weekend as we celebrate the start of the college football season from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Buck Rising Show already happened. Cover 2 going on right now. 3HL coming up next. And while you're here, sign up for a chance to win Tennessee football season tickets. Season tickets for the University of Tennessee football.
Yeah, we have some Tennessee fans, and not just UT fans, also Texas
There are
fans.
some Texas fans in the
Texas
house.
and Tennessee, and the real UT said, hey, you know, we are the Vols.
A lot of ugly orange in the house in both ways.
Oh, but you don't like either color orange?
No.
Oh, that's because you're
Orange
Alabama guy.
Orange is a disgusting color.
Yeah, that's the reason. Both colors are nice.
There you go.
You know, I don't know about that.
I like to endear myself to a live crowd, obviously.
What is that? Crimson? What is that?
Yeah, crimson.
Oh, crimson.
Crimson Tide.
Crimson
red.
Tide.
There you go.
I never heard red called Crimson Tide.
And we get prize giveaways each hour, and guess what? Pre-game Pilsner right here.
Oh, my.
There you go. Enjoy free kickoff T-shirts and glasses while supplies last. And we do have a giveaway right now.
What we're giving away?
So I was handed this piece of paper, and we are giving away.
We're giving away Kirby.
Listen,
Kirby gets.
He can do a lot for you if you win Kirby. In fact, he actually walked out with
he's
36 beers already.
Book of knowledge right here, sports knowledge.
He's got it. Okay, so Tennessee versus UAB tickets for September 20th. We are giving them away right now. And apparently,
UAB.
Corey Turner, whoever is Corey Turner in the building, has won
Corey Turner
the tickets. So, Corey Turner, congratulations to you. You get to go to Tennessee versus UAB, which you were at a UAB game last night.
Oh, I was at the UAB Alabama State game last night.
How was that?
Oh, man, I wanted to check out the phenomenal stadium, and then, Dilfer, who just, oh, man, he just rubs me the wrong way. Nah, just kidding. And, the head coach of Alabama State, who they played, Eddie Robinson was a teammate. Me and Keith Bullock went down there together. We rode and, chit-chatted, brought up some good old times and everything else. But Eddie Robinson was a phenomenal player, let alone probably one of the smartest guys that I played with. And, they took Dilfer and those guys for boy, I know they got nervous because they were up all the way to the fourth quarter.
Yep.
And it was kind of interesting after that. And then they just ran out of gas. They didn't have the horses. They didn't have the big-time players. And eventually Dilfer got them. But it was a great atmosphere, great game, nice stadium, nice atmosphere around it with, restaurants. And now they've kind of built that all up over there. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, pretty cool atmosphere.
And, of course, we'll have Jordan Dejanei still join us. He actually joined us live here.
Yeah, he's here.
Right,
yeah, I talked to him a couple days ago. He said he was going to be coming. I said, come on down.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Feel the wrath of cover 2 with the Zach and Blaine.
It's not like there was any NFL breaking news or anything.
No, nothing like that. Nothing.
Of course, Stoney hosted with Brent Doherty last night or yesterday through HL, and they had all kinds of news break. And he got to talk about the Micah Parsons trade to the Green Bay Packers. And the big question today is Micah Parsons the worst trade, or is A.J. Brown the worst trade?
Well, I think that's what a lot of people want to talk about. I'm from Tennessee. I could give a rat's about that. What I would think about if I'm Tennessee, because I want to win, I would be thinking about, would you have traded Simmons or Sweat for 2 first-round picks? See, that's the narrative that's out there that some national person put out there. But here locally, would you have traded Simmons or Sweat for 2 first-rounders? That, to me, is the thought process we should be thinking, and why wasn't our team in the bidding war to get Micah?
Well, I like this. I like this because Jerry Jones himself.
Don't let them lead your thought process, Kirby. Kirby, you lead the thought process.
Because here's what Jerry Jones said. When looking for trade partners, he was looking for people that had defensive tackles, and he was looking for people with cap space.
You think Clark is better than Sweat or Simmons?
Better than Sweat, but he's older than Sweat.
Right, so younger. So Sweat could have been part of this. Sometimes you go to the older guy. Who's much more proven as Simmons, but I probably would have went Sweat and 2 first-round picks. I don't know. I might have considered that very highly. There is no way I wouldn't have. 26 and 27 late first-round picks. I don't care what anybody says. You go look up Jerry Jones' history, and the last time he picked some D linemen here recently in the late first-rounders, they did not do so well. Yeah, they did not, did they, Stoney? Yep. So, but you thought it was a good trade. I don't think so. I don't think so for the Dallas Cowboys. It was not. It was the ding-dongest thing ever by Jerry Jones. It was nowhere near comparable to the Herschel Walker trade. What are you talking about, Jerry? Are you kidding me? He done lost his mind.
Do you think that the lead up to the trade, all the bad press and all the talk and all this stuff makes this trade look worse in national media's eye? If this trade took place in March, would we be calling it a bad trade universally? Because universally it's being panned as a bad trade.
Well, naturally, it's typical Jerry. He waits and waits and waits and waits. Naturally, he would have had more bids, probably more options there for picks. So, yeah, I think it was bad timing. I thought it was an emotional decision. I called Michael Irvin and talked to him this morning, and he couldn't believe it. He said that Jerry Jones's feelings got hurt through this process with the agent and then Micah talking, and then now it became about ego.
So
and who has the...
Do you think it's the handshake deal that he feels
That's
like
exactly what he said. That's exactly what he said. And then once the agent got involved in there, and we all know David Mogoleta has the highest price paid players at all positions every time their contract's up, and they were young and they were all deserving. And once he got involved, Jerry Jones felt like somebody backstabbed him. And that's what Mike's saying. I don't know if that's true or not, but I don't know if I would have made the trade now. I would have done it earlier, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
If I was going to do this.
Because that's what I think is the whole thing.
I would have got more than the first. I would have got a third, and maybe even another player.
Yeah. I think that in the big media world, fans, media alike, I think that the process that got here is pretty much overtaken the narrative, because I think that if you had done the trade earlier, nobody would have really batted an eye that much.
Not at all.
And the fact that you put yourself out there in the media like Jerry Jones has, that I think that this makes the trade look so much worse than really what it is. You can, 2 first-round picks and a Pro Bowl player in Kenny Clark. I get that he's nearing 30, or if he's already at 30, he may be already there. But he still fits a need that this team has right now. But that's okay. It's not terrible compensation.
No, it's not terrible. But no.
It's not like you gave up a third-round pick for Jonathan Mingo, which is really the worst Cowboys trade I've seen.
Premium position outside of quarterback and pass rusher or offensive tackle.
You get
he
to
could have got
wide-
more.
Yeah,
he could have got more.
more.
Yeah, he could have got more. That's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
that's why you think he had to change and redirect, and now he's trying to put it in the line of like a Herschel Walker trade.
I
That
think
is
the
not true.
Tavondre Sweat thing is very interesting because the more that we talk about and talk through this thing is like, hey, Texas boy, right? I mean, he just went to Texas. But also because your picks, even with Micah Parsons, are likely to be higher picks in the draft, which I mean like top 15, even with Micah Parsons, that is better value for the Cowboys over what they're getting with the Packers.
Yeah.
But I will also say this about the Packers.
They play the Packers fourth week of the season, and the Packers are not last year, but the 2 years before that, kicked him out of the playoffs.
Well,
so
he was just
wanted to
crying
send him to
about
an
it.
AFC team. Like, no way.
But
now you just put Green Bay on that level of, this is going to be a playoff contending team and maybe push as things go along.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Right.
But maybe Super Bowl contending. NFC's a little tough, but hey, that'd be tough.
But remember in this this Cowboys the Gambler documentary series on Netflix, he was literally crying about the loss to the Packers just a couple of years ago and saying it's the worst loss in Cowboys history.
Yeah, man.
And then he trades Micah Parsons to them.
Yeah.
And I think part of the point to Stoney's thing is like, obviously, this roster is bottoming out. Nobody wants to recognize it nationally. Like, this Cowboys roster is not looking good. But what's interesting about the Packers side, Blaine, to me, is that they've been a draft and develop team. What did we talk about yesterday? They are the youngest team in the NFL.
Yeah.
And if they make this trade, they traded away 2 first-round picks, a first-round pick this year and a first-round pick next year.
Late first-round picks.
Late first-round picks, but still first-round picks.
Yeah.
If they don't win a Super Bowl, I think that makes this trade kind of look a little bit different because right now their guns are loaded. They're ready to go for a Super Bowl right now in the next 2 or 3 years, and that's
what
hard
they
to do.
believe. But that's what they believe. Yeah, and no harm, no foul.
Yeah.
There's a part of me. That's why I bring up the Titans. I want to see us start doing things like this. Now, is this the right time? Maybe not.
Yeah.
But it would have showed signs to your fan base that we are trying to do everything we can to win now. So imagine this. Micah Parsons, Jeffrey Simmons, whoever you could put Day.
Yeah.
And then Key.
Or even Draymond Jones on the defensive line.
Jones, right. Whoever you like. Now you say, okay. And, don't let Snead or one of these, that one waiver wire pick up Davis or, all of a sudden now your defense is looking a little bit different. It's looking respectful. And then all of a sudden now people are saying we have some things to address when we play them. See, it changes the whole narrative. And I think it would just shock. And you're in the AFC South, by the way. And it's a coin toss who's going to win it.
Well, I mean, let's look at the Texans, right?
Right.
Like,
They
if
gotta
you've
be
got
the team
Micah Parsons right there, who do they have to block Micah Parsons on their roster right now?
Oh, my gosh, man. This guy.
And then you're choosing between Micah Parsons and Jeffrey Simmons, to your point, if the Tavondre Sweat is the way to go and you're able to get that negotiation done, you have who you blocking.
Yeah.
And see, right now it's very easy for offenses to game plan against the Tennessee Titans defense even today, even though they double-team Sweat more than they double-team Jeffrey Simmons last year. Well, I bet that may shift with all the talk about Jeffrey Simmons right now. So there's a lot of layers to this trade that does directly reflect to the Tennessee Titans. We'll talk more about this trade from a national perspective. We'll talk more about the NFL because we're going to go around the NFL with Jordan Dejanei of CBS Sports coming up next. This is Cover 2 with Blaine Bishop and Zach Lyons here on 105 The Zone, powered by All Four Seasons Garage Door.
JD? Let's talk insurance. King and Associates Insurance. They're independent agents. That's a big difference, but it goes beyond just having multiple companies to shop, weeding out the non-competitive companies, keeping great relationships with the biggest and the best, along with bundling. But unfortunately, life happens and they get it. So here's a true story about my friend and co-worker that switched from a previous independent agent, got better coverage on his home and its contents, even his automobiles, flawless communication, a true champion in his corner. After a 16-year-old daughter accident, they saved him thousands from an independent agent who was overcharging him for years. And you can make the switch and save the same, if not more. But don't make the switch because he did. Switch because you should. As a business, family, or an individual, make the switch to King and Associates Insurance right now. And I'm sure you could use this extra dough that they could put in your pocket as well. And if you want the extra dough, all you have to do is just give them a call at 615-321-8121. That's 321-8121 or tkinginsurance.com.
Cover 2 with Blaine Bishop and Zach Lyons here on 104.5 The Zone, powered by All Four Seasons Garage Door. 615-737-1045 is the number. We're live out here at Yazoo Brewery in Madison, Tennessee. You guys should come check us out, because if you join us for this college football kickoff, you get a chance to win University of Tennessee football season tickets. Not only that, there are prize giveaways each hour, plus you could try the pre-game Pilsner and enjoy free kickoff t-shirts and glass while supplies last. You can also actually just respect the shirt game of our next guest next to me. We have Jordan Dejanei of CFB Sports. You hear him every Friday. We go around the NFL, but he's got nice shirt. Not only that, he has CBS Sports.
Yeah, it's the shoe game. It's the shoe game, yeah.
I mean, the shirt game's on point too, but I mean, like, CBS Sports branded shoes right here. I mean, unbelievable.
What's going on, guys? It's nice to join you live, baby.
Yeah. Okay, Jordan.
So this your neck of the woods, man?
It actually
is. You texted me a couple days ago, so you was all like, oh, I'm showing up.
I saw that my 104.5 friends were showing up at Yazoo, and I was like, hey, Blaine, can I show up and do it live? Can I show up and do it live?
It's fun to do that. Yeah, for sure.
So we're here. We're live. Let me ask you this. This Micah Parsons trade. Talk about the winners and the losers of the Micah Parsons trade.
Well, I think the biggest winner is Dallas Mavericks general manager Nico Harrison. He is no longer public enemy number one in Dallas after the historically bad Luka Doncic trade. There's been another historically bad Dallas sports trade to take him off that chopping block.
Wait, time out. You think the Micah Parsons trade is worse than the Luka Doncic? I don't know. let's hold up a minute. He was supposed to be a franchise player.
I promise you the Mavericks trade was way worse. I promise you that. Do not get that twisted at all. And in fact, he also had a soft landing spot because he got the number 1 overall pick in the 2025 NBA draft and got Cooper Flagg. Maybe he won't be Luka Doncic, but that's a nice kind of replacement there.
Oh, he got better value, but I mean, the player...
Right. That is a way worse trade. I understand that. And listen, when it comes to the Micah Parsons trade, it was bad.
Stuff.
I thought that the compensation could have been more. I mean, people were talking about maybe this is the first time we see 3 first-round picks included in a player trade. That did not come to fruition. It was 2 first-round picks and a defensive tackle run stuff for Kenny Clark. Now, Kenny Clark's a good player. I think the compensation is okay. I don't think it's great. But again, you're trading away the face of your franchise, one of the best pass rushers in the NFL, one of the best players in the NFL, to another potential NFC contender. It's bad on all fronts.
Yes, no doubt about it. You're on point on that, that's for sure. But I would say Luka's more of a superstar than Micah. But I get your point, though.
Sure.
No doubt.
Well, I mean, like, it's also recency, right?
Yeah.
Because this was the recent
buys
trade. This is where everybody's going to shift to right now, and NFL is king. So everybody in Dallas is going to shift to this until – because apparently, Luka – he's on the cover of GQ now.
Yeah, he's all ripped up.
He's healthy now.
He's ripped up like JD, man.
Like, I was kind of looking, Luka was kind of like the everyman basketball player, and I see him get all ripped up. I was like, I guess I need to start doing whatever Luka does.
Yeah, but I mean, like, there's a lot of different winners and losers from this trade, right? I mean,
like, what about the Packers? Like, what does this say about how the Packers feel about their young roster and what they feel about their chances this year?
What it says about the Packers is something we've known for years now, that they want to compete for Lombardi trophies. Remember, Jordan Love had one good year and they paid him $55 million a year? It's all about draft and develop for them, and they kind of went out of that narrative to pick up someone who, again, I think is one of the best players in the NFL. They believe that they can be a legitimate contender if they get that star pass rusher, and that's exactly what they did with Micah Parsons. So I appreciate the aggression. And again, I think they won the trade given the compensation, and that's all Jerry Jones' fault.
Do you think they're better than Detroit? Already, real quick.
So it's a loaded question, because if you asked me that last year and Micah Parsons got traded, I would say no. This year, I'm kind of low on the Lions.
Because of the coordinators.
You lose your offensive coordinator, who was the absolute mastermind of that side of the ball. You lose the defensive coordinator, Aaron Glenn, who was highly respected. What is that team going to look like with Jared Goff at the helm? Is he going to turn back into a pumpkin? Or is he going to continue on his star trajectory? We just don't know.
Right.
So, yeah, I am absolutely low on the Lions this season, and part of that is because they are playing a historically tough schedule, too. So, yeah, if we're talking about a team in the NFC North that is ready to overtake the Detroit Lions, yes, I'm leaning towards the Green Bay Packers, and I swear that's not recency bias.
No, I completely agree.
Yeah.
I just wanted to get your opinion about it because they have won the last year. But people don't understand losing your coaches, coordinators, offense and defense really impacts your player, and it's an adjustment period. Not to say you won't call the same plays or somewhat similar plays and keep the system all the same. There's still an adjustment because those coordinators are trying to prove their worth, and they're going to try to put their stamp on this new style of offense, whether it's just a change of few plays here or there, which can make players, some of them, feel uncomfortable, especially the quarterback. If he's feeling like, I want to call this, and you're trying to follow the lead of the new coordinator. So it can cause some ruffling of the feather. It impacts teams more than people think.
For sure. And real quick, think about this. Remember the Philadelphia Eagles when they went to that Super Bowl against the Kansas City Chiefs? That offseason, they lost their defensive coordinator, Jonathan Gannon. They lost their offensive coordinator, Shane Steichen. What happened the next year? They were kind of discombobulated. I think they lost 6 of their last 7 regular season games heading into the playoffs, got blown out by the Buccaneers. The next offseason, they reloaded. They decided to throw out both coordinators, get Vic Fangio and Kellen Moore, and all of a sudden they're the reigning Super Bowl champions. So, yeah, I absolutely foresee something happening with Detroit that happened in Philly a couple years ago.
I think the Packers should be the favorite. And here's why, because Detroit Lions, to your point, they have 2 new coordinators. Kelvin Shepard's never called defensive plays before in his life. Never. He's relatively new to coaching to begin with. Kelvin Shepard's only been coaching since 2021.
Oh, so he has the same amount of experience as Dejanei.
Yeah. B could probably do. And then you got John Morton. The last time he was an offensive coordinator was for the New York Jets, Todd Bowles-led 5-11 squad, then he was fired after a one-year stint.
Wow.
1 year stint, he was fired. So he called the offensive plays, but he was fired for it. So, yeah, I mean, there's a bevy of riches there. I mean, they got Isaac Tesla, they got Amon-Ra St. Brown, they have Jameer Gibbs, they have all this stuff.
I like that Isaac Tesla is the first name out of your mouth.
Gotta go number one. But, like, at the end of the day, coaching does matter. The play calling, the experience matters. We just saw it here in Tennessee how it just felt like they couldn't overcome it. Now, they have better talent, and they arguably have easily have a better head coach. But again, we know what Jared Goff is without that offensive genius in his head. Is John Morton that offensive genius that can get the best out of Jared Goff and continue what Sean McVay did in a short stint, but also what Ben Johnson did? And I think that is a little up in the air. So right now, while maybe Micah Parsons could arguably be called the best player in that division, because I would say Aiden Hutchinson deserves a little bit of in there, I do think that division is tougher, and I think Green Bay, with the experience of Matt LaFleur, with this pass rusher, with what they have done and built there, they should be the favorites for the division, even over the Minnesota Vikings, who I know we're not talking about, but I think they should be the favorites.
I can't disagree with that at all. I mean, I love what the Minnesota Vikings did this offseason in terms of trying to build up the infrastructure around their new quarterback, J.J. McCarthy. But J.J. McCarthy is too much of a question mark for me to declare them as the preseason victors in a very competitive division. So I absolutely lean towards the Green Bay Packers.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you something. I don't know if you know this, but did you hear what Chris Ballard said about Daniel Jones playing? He compared him to Alex Smith this week. Now, he called him the ultimate professional, and it reminds him of Alex Smith when he was with the Chiefs at the same time Chris Ballard was. Jordan Dejanei. Is that a little bit of a reach for Daniel Jones at this point in his career compared to where Alex Smith was at his point in the career?
It's an absurd reach. It's an absurd reach. I think that, at least I hope, that he's trying to refer to the work ethic of Daniel Jones behind the scenes.
He did not say that.
But when it comes to Alex Smith, like I feel like people forget that Alex Smith, he was one of the more underrated quarterbacks of our lifetime, really. He was someone with the 49ers.
Started off slow, but
they went 2-14, drafted him, maybe like 3-13 or so. And he built their way up to where the 49ers made their first NFC championship appearance since 1980-something. And, again, he was on track to have career highs until he suffered a concussion against, I believe it was Chicago. Then some guy by the name of Colin Kaepernick enters the lineup. And he ends up obviously taking the job. So Alex Smith didn't do anything wrong other than get hurt, gets traded to Kansas City. And again, the Chiefs were trash. They were a bad franchise at that point in time. By the way, when they traded for Alex Smith, that was the first season under Andy Reid too. So they went from having a losing record. They never had a losing record with Alex Smith as their quarterback. They won 2 division titles as well. He helped them get on the winning track. A lot of people look at him and say, oh, that was the first quarterback before some guy named Patrick Mahomes came in. No, Alex Smith was incredibly important to that rebuild. So the Colts are hoping that Daniel Jones can be something similar to that, to get them back on track, to be more consistent than Anthony Richardson, to give them a higher floor. The problem is, he hasn't had any of these nice winning seasons. He had a great year where he beat the Vikings in the playoffs, but he has not been a consistent quarterback at this level.
And I think that's why we're all going to question him saying that. There was a history there of, Alex Smith winning some games there, and I remember that whole transition. And to be honest, Alex Smith, besides him wanting to make the big throw in the big moment, is the only thing you can say bad about his career, because he couldn't get him over the hump. He got him through the tough time, as you mentioned, but he wasn't the guy to get him. But he wouldn't make that critical throw. He was really running the West Coast offense, kind of the short pass, but when they needed to unleash it, he was afraid that he was going to make a mistake, so he would always take the safe route. And that's when you saw Mahomes come in and do the same thing, except he would take more risk.
100% correct. 100% correct.
So, Daniel Jones, it's a little soon for me to hear that, but I know it sounds crazy, I do understand what he's trying to say. I just don't think I would have said it out loud, because that's something you say in the meeting room. He potentially can be this, and that's what I'm feeling. Hopefully it happens. That's what he should be saying.
And to be honest, Daniel Jones coming out was the most refined passer anyway. Shane Steichen is supposed to be I know everybody calls Brian Callahan a quarterback guru, but the whole point of Shane Steichen being hired was the work that he did with Jalen Hurts. And at the time, when that was said, I was like, well, no, that actually fell onto Brian Johnson, who was the quarterback's coach, who came down from the top of the Eagles booth down on the sideline to help Jalen Hurts on the sideline because Shane Steichen was doing stuff with Nick Sirianni and didn't have the time to actually sit with Jalen Hurts on the sidelines as offensive coordinator for the Eagles during that time. But this is what he was hired to do, right? He was hired to do this with Anthony Richardson. It failed. Will he be able to do it with Daniel Jones? The big question that also extends to, are they going to be able to do that in New York with the New York Jets with Justin Fields, who has just as much talent as anybody else in the league but has never been able to put it together? And they're also banking on this Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield, Geno Smith resurrection arc that you have seen. And again, it feels like this NFL is kind of like ignoring, they're really believing in the outliers lately and not what proven history has shown us as the likelihood of an outcome.
Right, they're looking at the winner lottery tickets as opposed to the losing ones, right?
Is that becoming a trend, though?
Oh, 100%.
Like
it absolutely is. And instead of trying to find that flashy quarterback in the draft, now it's like, well, how about we get that first-round pick that was previously drafted by another franchise? We can rehabilitate him because he was in a poor situation and turn him into a franchise quarterback. Because the Buccaneers did it with Baker Mayfield, and the Vikings had Sam Darnold for 1 year. And it was a historical campaign. He had a lot of things going for him, right, in terms of weaponry and coaching and upbringing and things of that nature. But Justin Fields, man, I'll tell you, I am a Justin Fields fan, but that doesn't mean I'm optimistic about what he has around him entering his first season as a Jet. I will say the best thing he's got is Garrett Wilson, right, who I think is a very talented wide receiver. They clearly have chemistry from their Ohio State days, but to act like Justin Fields, who has worked in a million different offenses with a million different offensive coordinators over the short time of his NFL career, for him to experience a turnaround that the fan base is hoping is just not something that's probably going to happen.
And also a first-year play caller in Tanner Engstrom, who came over as the quarterback's coach and offensive quality control. He grew up with Jared Goff. He grew up with Ben Johnson over there in Detroit. But he's the offensive coordinator, first-time play caller as well over there with Justin Fields. So it's kind of crazy. We're here live at Yazoo Brewery in Madison, Tennessee for the college football kickoff. We got Jordan Dejanei of CBS Sports right here with us. Jordan, what is, to me, like Malachi Corley, because we're talking about the Jets. Just real quick, he calls himself the yards after catch king, and he has done nothing in the NFL level. Is this a Robert Saleh Jets issue, or is this a Malachi Corley issue?
Yeah, I'm almost leaning towards Malachi Corley issue. The Yak King coming out of Western Kentucky, legend, 2 incredibly prolific seasons. No wonder everyone was so high on him coming out of the draft, but his highlight of his rookie season is him fumbling the ball before he walks in for an easy touchdown on Halloween night against the Houston Texans. And, you know, there was some reporting coming from ESPN saying that the Jets coaching staff was not impressed with his route running sharpness, his route running ability. Can he actually be something more of a full-time wide receiver that can do everything you ask of him as opposed to a gadget player? He didn't mesh well with the Jets. So I'm okay with him as a flyer on a practice squad, which is exactly what the Cleveland Browns did. We'll see if it works out for them, but I'm leaning more towards a Malachi Corley issue as opposed to a Robert Saleh issue.
Well, we were talking about quarterbacks, and I don't understand why Fields hadn't had success more than not. But he left a team that I know you're a fan of, the Steelers. Now, Aaron Rodgers, does he have enough left in the tank to get him over the snide?
And
Because that is
MVP.
I'm not talking about MVP because I don't think he's nowhere near that. I think when you sign a veteran quarterback like this, you say, well, when we get in those critical moments, his experience will help lead us down success. That's not the means he's going to be, a top 10 quarterback. No, you want him to be probably in the top 15 quarterbacks in the league, and then he's going to win you some of these games that'll get you in the playoffs, and then when he gets to the playoffs, he'll shine with his experience. Do you think he can do that still this season coming up?
I mean, I think he can potentially get them to the playoffs, but we've seen the Steelers make the playoffs year in, year out, and no one ever considered them to be a legitimate threat to hoist the Lombardi Trophy when it's all said and done. That's exactly how I still feel about the Steelers. I'm not optimistic about Aaron Rodgers. He's going to be there for 1 year, and even if he has a semi-successful season, what does that look like? probably getting them to the playoffs. If they win a playoff game, I think that Steelers fans would be really excited about that because they haven't won a playoff game in a long time. They're on a very long drought with that. But I don't think that Aaron Rodgers is someone that gets you over the hump in terms of being a legitimate contender in a loaded AFC. He's not going to be that for you.
So you're telling me, reading between the lines, if Tomlin doesn't win a playoff game, they may consider moving on?
Let me tell you, the Pittsburgh Steelers fan base has been trying to talk about that. Maybe it's social media talk, but they've been talking about that for quite some time. They are a lot less high, I guess I should say, a lot lower on Mike Tomlin than the national media is, than people outside of Pittsburgh are. They're sick of being this borderline team that maybe goes 9-8, a little above 500, makes the playoff as a wild card. But guess what? They don't have any legitimate prospects of actually contending and making a run, and that's exactly how I view the 2025 Steelers with Aaron Rodgers.
So now we're going to talk about former Steeler quarterback Russell Wilson. How long will his leash be? I looked at their first 6 games. I'm like, they can go 0-6, and Dart will be out there sooner than later, man. What do you think is going to happen
Blaine, my neck hurts thinking about how tight that leash is around his neck. Did you guys watch Jackson Dart in the preseason?
I did not see. I saw the stats. I did not see it live.
I mean,
highlights.
Let me be clear. I am not trying to proclaim him as some future NFL star. He just looked great in the preseason, right? But that's legitimate hype that the fan base continues to talk about, to get really excited about. And now you have Russell Wilson, who has been not good over the past couple of seasons, ever since leaving Seattle. And he was again, we talked about this, your proclaimed QB1 on the first day of training camp. There was no quarterback battle. Was that the smart move? I told you at the time, no, it was not. And all of a sudden, Jackson Dart has this magnificent coming out party in the exhibition season. So the Giants fan base is super excited for every quarterback that's not named Russell Wilson.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
So why is he named the starting quarterback?
I mean, I told you I would not do the same thing. Brian Daboll wanted a veteran. We'll see how it goes. But you asked about the leash, and I think that leash is tight, and I think it's short.
Wait, then they're going to put in Winston.
No.
I wanted him to trade for Winston.
So did I. I would love Jameis Winston on the Tennessee Titans. But, Zach, if Russell Wilson goes down with an injury in week 2 or he gets pulled in week 4, who is the first quarterback off the bench?
It has to be Jackson Dart.
It has to be Dart, yeah.
That's exactly what I think, too.
Yeah. Okay, so let me ask you this, because shifting gears to Cleveland real quick. I feel like the Shadur Sanders narrative has gotten way out of control. You either got guys and fans defending him no matter what, and then you got people bashing him no matter what. When we all know that the truth is somewhere in the middle, what's your take on the Cleveland Browns situation, the fact that they just named Dylan Gabriel as the main backup quarterback?
And by the way, I was not saying put in Winston as the backup. That is not what I meant.
Okay.
I was talking to making fun because of him signing there, but no, I wanted to Titans trade for him. I never thought he would be back.
Trust me,
play
it hurts. I would love to have him as a backup. I would love to have him as a backup.
So
what about Tommy DeVito? Would you claim him off waivers?
Oh, yeah.
No, Danny DeVito.
Yeah, Danny DeVito.
I said Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito.
Yeah, that was funny.
Even Danny DeVito is better than Brandon Allen.
When I was looking at waiver claims, I was scrolling that list, and I see DeVito there, and I was like, come on, bring in some Italian fun to the mix.
There's some toxic relationship between Brandon Allen and Brian Callahan that we'll just never know about.
Correct. But sorry, to answer your question, it was no surprise that Dylan Gabriel was listed as the second quarterback behind Joe Flacco. 2 reasons why. One is he was drafted before Shadur Sanders. The organization believes in him more than Shadur Sanders. Breaking news, right? Number 2.
No. Do you believe they thought that, or they just smeared Shadur, and that's why he went ahead? See, so then now once you made the choice, you go, now we're going to pick the best player.
See, you ask a good question because I don't understand why an organization would love Dylan Gabriel, so I struggle with that myself. But when it comes to the depth chart, other than him being drafted before Shadur, which is obviously controversial, you ask a fair question. The other part was the last preseason game. I don't want to have recency bias or put too much stock into preseason, but Dylan Gabriel looked like someone who is not he didn't win the genetic lottery, right? He doesn't have physical gifts, but he's someone who can run a system to the liking of the coaching staff more efficiently. That's why he was a Heisman finalist last year, I believe. Shadur Sanders, on the other hand, he really struggled. He was backpedaling 30 yards, taking 40-yard sacks. He wasn't getting the ball out on time. He wasn't throwing the ball away when he should have. He ended the preseason on a low note after starting the exhibition season on a high note. So it was no surprise that Dillon Gabriel was listed as QB2. I don't think that Dillon Gabriel is necessarily going to be a starter in this league. I think that if I had to pick one in terms of their future value, I'm still leaning towards Shadur Sanders, but that's the way the depth chart is set right now.
I agree with you. Real quick,
Yeah.
I want to add to that and just want to get your comments, is that Dillon Gabriel, I thought, played better than Shadur in the preseason. And Shadur kind of did all those things that I think a lot of coaches didn't like, is you got to get rid of the ball. But how do you view that Dillon Gabriel was out there with guys that are actually going to be in the league, and Shadur, as far as production, wasn't? And then he tried to force it and make something out of nothing with really a lot of guys out there that are not going to be in the National Football League. And to me, that's where coaching comes into play. Hey, son, I understand that you're trying to make a play, but guess what? Just get rid of the ball. Most of these guys aren't going to be here. Throw it in the dirt if you have to. And so I don't think that happened. And then, to me, I saw body language that I think I did not like to see from Shadur myself personally, and it made me feel like somebody needed to come over there and have a conversation with him about what he needed to do to help him through this process.
Right, and I think you're right. I think that was foreshadowing of what the depth chart was going to reveal. What I saw, to exactly your point, was him pushing. His stage against the Panthers was the most highly anticipated preseason game of all time. He went there and he met expectations, if not exceeding them, right? He unfortunately missed week 2 of the preseason against the Eagles due to that oblique injury. I'm sure he hated that in terms of a heated quarterback competition. He finally gets his shot in week 3 against the Rams, and he pushed too much. He didn't get rid of the ball. He didn't throw it away. He wasn't going through his progressions. He was trying to out-athlete everybody else.
He was trying too hard to be successful.
He was trying too hard on every single level. That's what I saw from Shadur Sanders.
Right, but with the threes, so do you understand what the whole level? You could talk about Dillon Gabriel was out there with some guys that are going to be in the National Football League.
Right.
So that was also a little bit uncharacteristic of how to evaluate and then now take him through this mindset. And to me, that's why they didn't do what they need to do mentally to help him through that process. Even in game, you could have said, hey, you're not even having the conversation until you saw it happening.
Sure.
And I think because quarterback's all mental.
It absolutely is.
All right, real quick, Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift are engaged. Are you invited to the wedding?
Jeez. No, I'm definitely not invited to the wedding. We'll see if Butch Jones is invited to the wedding, right?
Yeah,
Former coach of Travis Kelce at Cincinnati. I guess congratulations to them. That story definitely broke the internet.
But I heard that you are maybe engaged to a Swiftie.
Is that true?
Are there a lot of rumors swirling around here or what?
Just kidding.
I mean, I'm married to
camera to
one.
drop this on me?
You're married to a
Hey, listen,
Swiftie?
I am a
Oh,
Swiftie.
my.
I like Taylor Swift. I don't know if I would be classified as a Swiftie, but I like Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
I went to a concert, enjoyed it, enjoyed myself. Yeah.
I
I mean, Shake It Off, great song. Shake It Off is a fantastic song.
I knew I'd bring it out. I knew you'd tell us he was a Swiftie. See,
All
I
right.
did that.
Jordan Dejanei of CBS Sports, we really appreciate we went around the NFL with him. When we come back, we'll talk more about the Tennessee Titans and Tennessee Volunteers football. We're live here at Yazoo Brewery in Madison, Tennessee. Come out and join us. This is Cover 2 with Blaine Bishop and Zach Lyons here on 104.5 The Zone.
There are a lot of things Americans split 50-50 on. Politics, working from home versus the office, coffee versus tea, burger versus hot dogs. No, that's not a competition. But there's one thing we all agree on. Taking your car in for repairs can be complicated. Your repair is only as good as the person under the hood. And most of the problems in fixing your vehicle is the knowledge and in the issues of understanding what is actually really going on under the hood and trying to see if they're ripping you off. And a lot of techs are not properly trained. So they end up guessing what to do, and that causes delays in getting your vehicle back or repeat visits for the same issue. For around a quarter of a century, Eurofix has done things differently. Every visit starts with a free 15-minute no-wrench inspection, so you know what's going on before you start the work. And at Eurofix, they pay their technicians more than any other company does to attract the best and the brightest talent. And Eurofix still fixes European vehicles at below dealer pricing with a 3-year, 36,000-mile nationwide warranty on all work at Eurofix that they perform. And rental cars are available with all, locations. Located all over the place. Family run with 5 locations. And all you have to do is just give them a call and book now at myeurofix.com. That's myeurofix.com.
Cover 2 with Blaine Bishop and Zach Lyons here on 104.5 The Zone, live from Yazoo Brewing Company in Madison, Tennessee. Thanks to Porch Factory and Logo Brands for the college football kickoff. If you're not here, you're missing out, because join us and kick off the Labor Day weekend as we celebrate the start of the college football season. You got Cover 2 here right now, 3HL coming up next. Brent Doherty will be joined by Kevin Dyson and Mark Mariani. And then while you are here, sign up for a chance to win Tennessee football season tickets and prize giveaways each hour. Plus, try our pre-game Pilsner and enjoy free kickoff T-shirts and glasses while supplies last. Blaine, just real quick, I want to do a little shout-out to someone in the chat on the F&M Bank chat, Twitter to YouTube, Facebook
So
Live.
you trying to make somebody popular?
Well, no, because I'm not going to give a last name.
They deserve that. That's what you need to think about first.
I think they do. And here's why.
Why?
CJ in the chat is on his second day of quitting smoking. And I think that's a valid thing that should be called out. He's on his second day. He's been a smoker for a while. Second day.
No, I do not. I do not agree. I don't think that's agreeing with a shout-out. 2 days? Watch this. If a player has 2 good practices, now you think he deserves to start?
Well, the Tennessee Titans do. Jim Ray DK.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's give it a couple weeks, maybe a couple months. Let's see if you really are invested in. Right. Watch this. If I ate right or you didn't have a beer 2 days in a row, is that?
No, that.
I stopped drinking beer. No, I don't think so.
I'm just trying to give maybe a little bit of extra motivation.
I feel the support.
Yeah,
I got you.
There you go.
But I was just teasing. If it was bananas, though, for sure not.
Yeah, his first day is incoming tomorrow. Now that you've said that 2 days are enough, he's gonna start smoking today, and then first day quitting smoking is tomorrow.
Hey, man, I have smokers in my family who smoke cigarettes, and their weight goes up and down based off how much they smoke, and they say, they're going to stop, and then it goes back, and they come back, and it just never ends. Like, it's gone over years, and it's just like, wow, maybe you should go back because it helped you lose weight.
That's true.
I have a lot of aunts in my family, so yeah.
Let me ask you this, going to Shadur Sanders. And listen, we were both – we liked Shadur Sanders' talent.
Yeah.
We thought that, obviously, the stuff that showed up in the preseason is stuff that we thought he needed to work on throughout the process. But don't you think is this why the noise around Shadur Sanders has been either, like I kind of told Jordan, is like either Cleveland is doing it all wrong, they hate him, and they're not giving him the chance, or it's that, well, Shadur doesn't deserve the chance because he sucks. And I always think the truth is somewhere in the middle.
Right.
And do you think this noise is kind of what NFL teams thought would happen because Shadur Sanders is seems to be polarizing figure for most people in America that are football fans?
Well, it may be. I'm kind of the outlier. That stuff there doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
Obviously, organizations probably took that in there. To me, if he has the talent and the upside and you believe that he could be successful in helping you win games, I think that's ultimately, as we've seen the National Football League do over time, if guys from prison, does that bother you? No, they go to prison.
Yeah. Guys
who get in trouble, did they have assault? Nope, that didn't bother you. So you tell me just noise really is going to bother you in your organization? Actually, I would take Jerry Jones on there. I wouldn't be surprised if Jerry Jones tried to trade for him because he likes that kind of noise because he just thinks of it as business. And business is noise, and noise is they're listening, whether bad or good. So I really,
it's
I
just
just
such a
I
weird
just view it differently.
Conversation.
And then
when it
now I
comes to
think
Shadur.
he's kind of in a bad situation in that I don't know if the organization really wants him there.
Yeah, that's what it kind of
I
feels
just
like.
feel that. That's why I brought up the coaching part of it.
Yeah.
That's kind of easy thing when you're in the coaching world to have a conversation with them during the game that, hey, you're trying to force the issue. Just go through your reads. They're not there. Throw it away, or maybe just run outside the pocket and throw it out of bounds. Just give him some basic fundamentals where he's still not thinking. So I just. And
there's probably growth too, right? He missed the second game.
I've seen it happen before where coaches don't want a player and they don't support the player.
Don't you think that I don't know if you know, but I mean, most people think that's what happened with Vince Young here through some point. Is that
absolutely
that Vince Young was thrusted upon this coaching staff, and this coaching staff was like, okay, we'll try to make it work, but you got to make it work within us.
Right. Well, now on the other side of that, also the player has to take ownership too, as well. So that's why I said I saw bad body language from Shadur that I hadn't seen in the National Football League, and I didn't like it. And I wanted somebody need to say, hey, can't be showing, and he was going over to the pad, but it was just this air that some players have that you don't want that to be seen through body language, that coaches read players. So there's some things he needs to work on, and actually he's going to have time to do it. They showed support enough to keep him. Yeah. So even though he's third, and whether he thinks he deserves that or not, I mean, I know they asked him questions if he was going to get released or something.
Right.
And if he got released, I think some teams would pick him up immediately. So I just feel like sometimes you're just put in a situation where it doesn't matter. Okay, good example. Let's just use the Titans. We're here watching them. Why is DK returning kicks and not Prochet? See, I mean, just like that. Like it was just as clear as day.
Yeah.
So we see it all the time. It's just this guy's the quarterback, and he was polarizing. He dropped in the draft, and he's Deion Sanders' son. Like, there's a lot of factors here, I think, just because of noise. Noise is, I don't know how organizations view it, but I view it as it's always good.
Yeah, well, that's how Jerry Jones views it.
Right. Because, see, you're talking about my team.
Yeah.
You're selling jerseys of, I don't care if he is the freaking third-string quarterback. You're talking about our team. He's selling jerseys. Guess what? My pocket's getting fatter the whole way around. At the end of the day, you want to win and win in the pocketbook. These guys didn't become billionaires overnight for not making good business decisions. So that's why I say there's a business side to everything, and that's why I would have considered it, and I'm sure the Titans did in the beginning of drafting Shadur when he was, to me, top 3 quarterback coming out.
When we come back, we'll switch gears to Tennessee football. We're going to talk University of Tennessee versus Syracuse. We're going to talk about the SEC, and we'll probably get into a little bit of Titans talk as well. This is Cover 2 with Blaine Bishop and Zach Lyons here at 105 The Zone, live from Yazoo Brewery, brought to you by all seasons of Garage Door here on 105 The Zone. Cover 2 with Blaine Bishop and Zach Lyons here on 105 The Zone, powered by All Four Seasons Garage Door. 615-737-1045 is the number. We're at the college football kickoff party at Yazoo Brewing Company, Madison, Tennessee. Thanks to Porch Factory and Logo Brands. Join us as we kick off your Labor Day weekend. As we celebrate the start of the college football season, you can hear the moaning from Blaine Bishop if you're not watching. He is eating these French fries, this spicy ketchup. Because let me tell you something.
Oh, man.
If you don't know about Grill Shack, which is what this place is called inside the Yazoo Brewery, there's 3 locations, all with the brewery locations. If you don't know about Grill Shack, best French fries in Nashville. I'm just going to go ahead and throw it out there.
So do they have a specific name? Because that's the first thing. It's like, the fries. I'm like, okay, what's up?
They just call them fries. They just keep it chill.
They cannot call them fries. They got to tag it with a name so then it becomes bigger. Just as big as Stoney Gilly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a fat joke, Stoney.
No, that was not. It was about, big, name.
Yeah, he takes no offense regardless.
Yeah, I figured it'd just roll off his shoulders.
But, look at these French fries.
They got to give them a name,
good.
Bananas. You're smart, man. What's a name that you would give it, then brand it, and then it becomes just gigantic? Then everybody knows who they are nationwide.
I mean, maybe the grill. You can't just call them the Grill Shack fries.
No.
Maybe the Shack Attack.
Oh, the Shack Attack fries.
Yeah. I mean, they are so good. And they have an adult grilled cheese as well. So good. Like Grill Shack, when you are having some beer, you're having some fun. They even got good wings, too. Like good hot wings, buffalo wings.
They're not like wedges. They're like almost like fingers.
Right. That's what I'm saying. You got to give it finger fries?
Finger fries. Ooh.
Finger fries?
There you go.
I kind of like that.
Yeah.
That's the best thing we've come up with so far.
I mean,
I don't know. Jordan
so
Dejanei maybe come up with something better, man. What do we call the fries, JD, man?
Maybe that's what we need to do is get a poll to see of the groups name the fries.
I bet Kirby has an answer for everything. Kirby, to brand these fries, what should we call the fries here? So everybody will know nationwide who these fries come from.
Yazoo finger fries. Because look at them. They're the size of your fingers.
Yeah.
And they're good.
There you go. Yazoo
spicy finger fries.
Yes, that seems to be the winner.
Oh, okay.
I guess.
I don't know. JD seems like he had something going on over there.
Yeah.
Oh, he hadn't tasted them.
Oh, well, he's
You
not
don't have
even
to taste them.
qualified.
We just want you to look at them.
Look at that. Looks just like your index finger.
That looks just
Or
like
your
my
ring
finger. It's going the other way.
I mean, so good. And not only is that food good, the beer is good here, obviously.
Oh, yeah. What's the best light for us light drinkers?
Pre-game Pilsner. You see, I already finished mine during the break.
That's what that is?
That's what that is right there. Pre-game Pilsner right there.
That's me.
And, of course, we got free kickoff T-shirts. We got glasses, pint glasses while supplies last. And we're giving prizes away every hour. And guess what? It's top of the hour, Blaine.
So
that
it's
means
that
we have
time.
a prize. We have a prize. The winner of Tennessee Volunteer Socks plus gift card from Volunteer Traditions is Crystal Blankenship. So Crystal Blankenship,
there she is.
You are the winner. She's standing right over there.
Kirby.
I believe Rich will come find you. He's waving his hands over there.
Richie Rich.
So there you go. So let's talk about the University of Tennessee Volunteers because they have a football game coming up against Syracuse, another team with orange colors. Everybody's
That's
talking
different
about
color
the
orange, right?
Different color orange. I think it's all different color by smidgens.
How many colors of orange are there? I didn't learn this until I got here in 97.
How many color of orange are there?
Bananas know. Ooh. One. Oh,
he says one. Well, that's not true.
That we all know that's not. Why? I told you, Kirby.
I bet
Kirby has
knows.
an answer for everything. Like Kirby, even if it's wrong, he knows the
There's
answer.
probably a dozen different shades of orange. If you look at a color wheel, you'll start with yellow orange all the way up to red or burnt orange, and different variations. That's what we call picking up trash on the side of the road orange.
Whoa.
Pointing at University of Tennessee orange.
Why do you call that picking up trash color orange?
Have you ever seen a road crew? Sheriff's department out on the side cleaning up the side of the interstate? That's what they're wearing.
Orange? The orange little jackets?
Yeah, little vests. We call it road crew orange.
So what do you call the Texas orange over there?
That's called brick orange or burnt orange. It's burnt orange, but, cayenne pepper orange, if you will.
Okay, and then what do you call this? Orange is just an orange.
An orange? That's orange.
Orange.
Yeah.
Man.
Of course.
Kirby knows
they're all just pale shades of
Bananas,
red.
Bananas was cum laude. He says none of this is true what you just said.
Bananas doesn't. The guy with the last name Bananas, you know, listen to that.
His name is not Bananas. That's what
He's in Witness Protection Program, but I mean, I get it.
Hey, get the mic. Let somebody tell us what really colors of orange there are.
Look, there's only one true color of orange.
Okay, we all know
right?
you're a GT
Pantone
graduate.
151. The Texas
151.
orange.
Ooh.
The Texas orange is brown.
How many
that is not
University of
orange.
Tennessee fans do you think know the Pantel color?
Every single one of them.
Why?
Every single one.
Why are y'all such losers that way?
It's because it's the only color of orange that matters. Everything else is just false iterations
I
of
just
this.
know crimson. I don't know even the hex color, the Pantel color. It doesn't matter. I just know crimson.
It's because you have a boring color for your school.
I mean, like orange is like some special color.
How many schools have crimson? There's like 50.
No.
Okay.
A lot of them have different colors.
No one has Pantone 151 except the University
Well,
of
I'm
Tennessee.
sure nobody has whatever Pantel color Alabama has.
It doesn't matter because nobody knows what
Well,
the
that's
Pantone
what you
color
just
is.
said. It matters. See?
All right.
The University of Tennessee fans
since
can't
you will
argue.
go to bat for this color of orange,
Yes.
just give us your breakdown because you watch football. I have no idea who's even the starting quarterback for Syracuse. So tell us why y'all would beat them and why, it won't even be a contest. Or are you never nervous Purvis right now?
Never nervous.
So I think
Purvis.
Lucas this morning on the Buck Rising Show put it perfectly. He's like, I'm not nervous because there's not a lot of expectations for this team. Because
Whoa, no expectations. There's
Let me finish. Because compared...
You
got Rocky Top playing there.
Yeah, it's great.
And you say there's no expectations. That's what they're playing at the studio right now.
Compared to what the expectations would be if we had Nico here for year 3.
Oh, so you guys just don't believe in Joey.
No, we just don't know what we have in Joey yet. He's been here for 3 months. So you really don't know.
But don't you trust in Heupel? He named him the starter.
I do, and that's why I'm not going to judge the decision until we see what's on the field.
Well, that
You're
doesn't
still
seem
questioning
fair.
it there. You
What do you
should
mean
just
that doesn't seem fair?
believe
You're
in
a
Heupel.
fan. You're
want
talking
me to
about
judge?
Pantel 151.
Pantone
Where's your pride?
151.
Where's
not
your pride?
Pantel.
And see,
Whatever.
I think the Vols are
there's-
going to win. Don't get me wrong here. The
there's
Vols
doubt.
are going to win.
But you have no expectations for them whatsoever.
Like
I'm not-
9 wins this
I don't
year?
believe you.
I was at 8 to 9 wins. I think that would be a great season.
Yeah.
Backpedaling. I've said 8 to 9 wins the entire time. I've said 8 to 9 wins the entire time ever since Nico left.
So you
don't know what you have
have
at
high
quarterback.
expectations. That's high expectations.
That is not high expectations considering they went to the college football playoff last year at 10 wins. And Josh Heupel has had, 2 10-win seasons in his 4 years
That's
there?
pretty high expectations right now for a team that doesn't even know what they got in a quarterback.
Yeah, but they have the defense. They've got a run game. They've got an offensive line. They've got pieces around the
Do they have
quarterback.
an offensive line and a run game, or is
I-
that all theoretical?
Is it
No,
4
I
new
think they
starters?
do.
4 new starters?
On the offensive line?
How many?
Let's see.
I don't
Your center's new. I think 3. 3 new starters.
You got the young buck,
And they got the
5-star
freshman,
guy.
David Sanders Jr., who's going to start at your right tackle. Lance Hurd looks a lot better than he did last year. Now, again, we won't know until we get into the game. Pray. He seems like he's in the right mental right now.
Mindset.
Last year, it didn't seem like his mentals were there coming in from LSU. Seemed like maybe he was trying to use that 5-star that he got
So
tagged back
he
in high school.
rewired his brain, is what you're saying?
Yeah, he did the Will Levis path, I think.
Except for
It
he
worked.
actually worked.
I think it might have worked, actually. I think that the Vols are going to win against Syracuse. Syracuse is
Score. Give us a score.
I'm going 27-13 Vols.
27-13. So you're taking the over on the point spread, which is currently 13.5. Last I checked.
Yeah, Vols cover.
What's the total points, Kirby?
I'll have to look it up. I think Vols cover. I think it's 13.5, so Vols cover. I think they're going to sputter a little bit early, but I think their depth and their talent is going to outweigh Syracuse. Syracuse brought in a lot of talent from the transfer portal,
Right.
so they're probably going to get off to a slow start because it's kind of hard to gel a college football team in one game. Now, I'm not saying that's going to be what their team's going to look like down the season,
Right.
but game one, it might be a similar way for Tennessee, but I think
I was about to
Tennessee has
say.
more pieces that have been here over the last year or two. I think they're going to look a little bit more gelled together.
I concur. I see you looking like, I don't know.
Here's what I think. I think that everybody thinks that this is going to – I would actually bet that Syracuse covers the spread.
With the 13.5.
The 13.5, because I think that if it's not about team logo, it's about conference logo, and I think people are underrating Syracuse right now. And Fran Brown,
because they're in the ACC.
Yeah, I think it's an SEC bias right now being bet on, and I think that people are underrating Fran Brown's ability to generate an offense.
You want to talk about that? What about Alabama, Florida State?
Oh, Alabama's going to cream Florida State. They don't have anybody that's worth talking about at Florida State.
Thomas Castellanos. What are you talking about? The quarterback that likes to jaw.
Watch this.
Yeah, but I mean, he likes to talk.
Don't they have a receiver to transfer from Tennessee?
Yes, they do. They actually have 3 starters who are going to be starting for them. Squirrel White, the senior.
Nothing to worry about there.
They also have Jason Jenkins on the defensive line.
Nothing to worry about there.
He was behind. He was behind some of their starters last year and just never got a chance. He probably would have had a role in the defense. And I can't remember what the third guy's name was. So it probably is not that important.
There you go. See, nobody important transferred from University of Tennessee to Florida State. So there you go. All right, we'll talk more about the University of Tennessee and the SEC when we come back. This is Cover 2 with Blaine Bishop and Zach Lyons here on 105 The Zone Live from Yazoo Brewery. Cover 2 with Blaine Bishop and Zach Lyons here on 105 The Zone, powered by all Four Seasons Garage Stores. 615-737-1045 is the number. We were talking about the University of Tennessee, and Joseph just ran off because he knew that we were going to talk more about it again. But we're live here at Yazoo Brewing Company in Madison, Tennessee, thanks to Porch Factory and Logo Brands. Join us as we kick off Labor Day weekend, and we celebrate the start of college football season. We got Cover 2 going on right now, 3HL coming up next. And while you're here, sign up for a chance to win Tennessee football season tickets and prize giveaways each hour. Plus, try the pre-game Pilsner and enjoy free kickoff T-shirts and glasses while supplies last.
I think Kirby said he'll save some for everybody because he's,
I hope so. I saw him. I see him keep carrying them out.
He can put them down,
He
man.
keeps carrying more and more
six-packs. He keeps walking around with these
here.
six-packs, and then next you know it disappears, and I get a new one.
Yeah, I've
like,
noticed.
Where are they going, man? What are you doing? I think he's just giving them away. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't think he's drinking them, though.
So let me ask you a question. The University of Tennessee last year was a 10-win season.
Yes.
Okay? They made the college football playoffs, obviously. Got smoked in the college football playoffs. And there were a time where maybe some 9-win teams could sneak in. And Bananas was saying that, well, we don't have high expectations. We're a 9 or 8-win team. Well, if you're a 9-win team, you still could sneak in.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So aren't you kind of secretly putting on expectations?
Kirby says no way.
I don't know. I mean,
that's
SEC
why I
is
was
going to be pretty
asking,
tough.
because at some point you're going to be ranked, let's say, in the top 12.
Yeah.
And with your schedule and expected wins, then that conversation is going to start happening that they're going to be a playoff contending team. Now, whether they get in or not based off how they finish will determine that, but I think there will be conversations of that if they take care of the games they're supposed to win. So I do. I mean, you look at their schedule. We start off with Syracuse. Then who's number 2?
You got East Tennessee State.
Right, 2-0.
Then you go to then Georgia comes to your house.
I think
because they're already ranked 24.
Right.
So if you go 2-1,
2-1.
Then you got UAB. They're 3-1.
3-1.
Then you got Mississippi State. That should be 4-1.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have Arkansas. That at home, that should be 5-1. Then you got Alabama. If you're heading into Alabama at 5-1, you're feeling pretty good.
Right. And then you may be in conversation, regardless of who you played, you may start easing and creeping into the top 15.
Because losing to Georgia, depending on how you lose may not look that bad.
Right. If it's a close game and you lose by 7 points by score, then everybody's like, oh, my God, and Georgia's a top 5
Because
team.
University of Tennessee fans, they're going to get suckered into them no matter how that schedule plays out.
We've seen it
because we've
before.
already seen them get suckered in. I mean, he's talking about a 9-win team, and I'm not even sure they get 8 wins out of here.
Oh, I do think they're going to win 8 games.
We'll see.
I do agree with that.
We'll see.
So you think the Oklahoma at home and the Florida on the road, to me, is going to be the determining factor.
That's going to tell you everything about this Tennessee team.
Yeah.
Because,
and that's back-to-back, too, isn't it?
Yeah, because, I mean, here's the thing is like...
Oh, no, they have a bye.
They have a bye
in between the Florida,
No, there's no bye. Yeah,
it is.
Yeah, there is.
No,
Oklahoma. It goes Oklahoma, then New Mexico State.
Oh.
There's a bye between them and New Mexico State.
Oh, my. There you go.
So, to me, I look at it and I'm like, okay, that seems like high expectations to only think you're going to suffer a 2-win draw, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what Bananas said. Because I look at it this way. New offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
You got a relatively almost the same running backs you had last year.
Yeah.
You have a new quarterback, and your wide receivers are largely a group of unknowns that you don't know how they're going to perform. And you're expecting the defense, who really flashed onto the season last year, who lost James Pierce, to keep up the pace. I'm not saying that they can't. I do think that this Tennessee defense is going to be good and have to carry the bulk of the games, but that's kind of like almost feels unsustainable in college football.
Well, the last 2 years, I thought the defense has actually been more effective, and the run game, as far as Tennessee, not necessarily the pass game, so have carried this team. So I don't know. I feel like I think they're going to win a game. You feel like maybe 6?
6 games. I mean, they got a pretty easy start to the schedule. But
okay,
I'll say this.
Give me 6 wins.
Okay, so they're going to, and that may be a little off here. Okay, so they're going to beat, I don't know if they're going to beat Syracuse, but I can say that they're going to beat East Tennessee.
Okay.
I can say they're going to beat UAB. They
just saw
should.
UAB. Man, ooh.
They should beat Mississippi State.
Yeah, they should. That's 3.
They should beat New Mexico State.
That's 4.
Well, I think everything else is a toss-up or a loss.
Kentucky, Vanderbilt.
It's at home in Kentucky.
Oh,
So
is
I'm-
that Kentucky?
So
is it a night game?
I'm not going to just, I'm not just going to say that it's going to be a toss-up because we don't know. Here's the thing. Joey Aguilar, I have no faith in Joey Aguilar.
We gave him a mic.
I don't know.
Give him a mic.
No, he's still a little too passionate. He's a little too emotional right now. See. I'm not saying it's a toss-up because we don't know what Joey. You're assuming Joey Aguilar is going to be the same as Nico. I don't know.
When was the last time you guys lost to Kentucky? We're going to have the mayor weigh in on this. He's a UT guy. He's trying to run from us. He waved.
I think it's a toss-up.
It's in Kentucky?
It's in Kentucky.
If it's at nighttime,
here's what I'll say. If it's such an easy game every year, then why is it a rivalry? The crazy things happen in a rivalry game, and this feels like a crazy year where something could happen in a rivalry game. I will just say.
All right. Now let's go down to the real rivalry, Vanderbilt. They're not going to beat Vanderbilt?
I think it's a toss-up.
At home.
I think it's a toss-up.
What was the score last year?
It is a toss-up, isn't it? Yeah.
What was the score last year?
I will just say this.
They dominated Vanderbilt.
I think people are really overvaluing right now Joey Aguilar. And so I'm leaving it open for interpretation right now that, hey, Joey Aguilar has to prove it. Tennessee fans, he doesn't have to prove it. He's always what was the results of the Buck Rising show a couple of days ago is that they think that there's no drop-off between Joey Aguilar and Nico Iamalava. And I'd probably just butcher that, but it doesn't really matter.
Nico.
Yeah, Nico.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that don't think there's a much drop-off.
How many turnovers did he have?
Over 40. Just saying,
Joey.
We have to. You all should be in wait-and-see mode, just like Tennessee Titans fans. That's how I would view it. I'm in wait-and-see mode for Tennessee Volunteers. But if I'm looking at this right now, there's a lot more toss-ups than what people think.
I would concur at least early on now to see what Joey looks like. Here's the question, and this is why Zach is saying this. What if Joey Aguilar throws a pick 6 on the second drive versus Syracuse? What happens? Bananas. Second drive, Joey Aguilar throws a pick 6. Do you yank him? Or do you put the other guy in? Or you leave him in there and say, status quo, he's our guy? Because the fans aren't going to sit back and be like, oh, no. They're going to be like, no, put in Merklinger, put in McIntyre.
Because
That's
they
the
have
first
high
thing
expectations. Even though they don't want to say they have high expectations, you guys have high expectations. And so, to me, Aguilar has shown nothing at App State that says
But he hasn't proven it in the SEC.
Yeah, he's got to prove it. You got to prove that everything works. This is prove it. Like, I'm not saying that maybe Joey Aguilar couldn't be good.
Right.
But he has to prove it. You guys are assuming he's already good.
Because Josh Heupel put the stamp on he's the guy.
Yeah.
That's why.
Go look at the poll on the Buck Rising show talking about how do you feel about Joey Aguilar compared to Nico. A lot of people think that the offense will be better under Joey Aguilar. So try to tell me that it's not an high expectation. Because if he's better than Nico, you guys should have more wins. If he is better than Nico, you guys should be in the college football playoff discussion. But that's what the fan base thinks. You're not the only person in the fan base. Yeah, I was asking you, but you're just wrong.
All right, let's ask the young lady in the audience with her Tennessee Vols t-shirt. Just how many wins do you think you guys are going to have this year?
7. 7. Okay, there we go. We got 9. Oh, man. I'm calling child services.
Yeah, he has the baby.
We got to get that baby out of here. Save that baby.
Baby's drooling.
We got 8.
How many?
What'd you say back there? 8?
8. Yeah.
See, those seem a little bit. The 9 just doesn't seem reasonable. I think the 7 is probably closer to truth, which would not be far off from my 6. As you said, 9.
If y'all win 7, do you think Joey Aguilar was the quarterback the entire season as a starter? Nope. Everybody says no here.
Wow. See, this is actually probably a more common sense fan base in here represented than what is represented out on Twitter. So, see, Twitter, that goes to show.
The baby's face right here. This way has an expression.
I love
describes the entire conversation. It's just a blank, what the hell are they talking about?
And the baby blue eyes right there, boy. Oh, he's going to be a killer. What'd you say, CJ? Tennessee fan.
I mean, the Twitter's just he's just saying don't base what you hear based off Vol Twitter.
Oh.
CJ said that Vol Twitter is just full of morons. That's what he said. That's not what I said. That's what he said. That's what he said. That's what CJ said. That's what I didn't say.
No, a nicer way to say that is they are very passionate.
I'm just saying exactly what he said. I don't want to change his words at all.
You don't want to change his words?
There's people in here that think they're going to win more than Bama, and I'm even down on Bama, and I'm like, no, you guys are not winning more than Bama. I mean, you're just not.
Here's why I think you're down on Bama.
Yeah.
I think they have a quarterback named Simpson, and he's from Tennessee, and you just hate that he's the starting quarterback for Alabama.
Maybe. Or maybe I just am trying to make sure I set expectations low enough. That way I could be pleasantly surprised as the season progresses.
Oh, when have you played it ever safe? That's not in your DNA.
Hey, I did last year. I said that Alabama was not going to be good last year. I mean, I know, and I even said that Alabama should not even be in the college football playoff discussion. I thought that South Carolina should have been.
That was valid.
To me, it's like I'm a very level-headed Alabama fan. There's not many of me out there, but I'm very level-headed. But let me say
Bonanno said, I don't believe you.
I saw his face. But I'm just saying, like, we got to see it to believe it, and there's a lot of people. And listen, I'm all for hope, but it's the same people that are asking you about what can the Tennessee Titans be a surprise team in the AFC?
Playoff team.
A playoff team.
I'm not going to go that far.
I saw The Athletic talk about it in a podcast, and I'm like, what is going on? And it's just expectations are running wild, and I know that the expectations, there's a lot that happens between a 9-win team and a 10-win team. Like, we've seen really good Alabama 10-win teams, and we saw Alabama's 9-win team last year. There's just no comparison to the two units. But at the end of the day, there's a lot more unknowns on this Tennessee team than I think that everybody wants to give it credit for.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
I think they're going to win 8 games. Yeah.
Alabama said 9, Joseph said 9, so he said 9. He said fringe playoff team.
The bottom of the barrel there is 7. They have to win 7. They have to win 7.
So really quick, I do want to say that there are a couple of players that I think that Tennessee Titans fans should keep an eye on this SEC weekend.
Oh, so you're already doing some scouting for the Titans?
Hey, listen. He did Stoney over there after he got off. After he got off the Buck Rising show today. He started watching Dominic Orange tape against Kansas State.
Somebody's name Dominic Orange?
Dominic Orange, yeah.
His last name is Orange?
Orange. His last name is Orange.
Oh.
Yep.
Is that any significance to that, Orange? Someone last name Orange? No? Is there some history? I stomped you? You don't have an answer for this?
But at the end of the day, he's floored. He's floored.
He's from Florida? Oh, by the way, what color is the orange in Florida? What's the color, the orange in, the Florida
what's
color?
Garbage. That's what he said. Garbage orange.
He said garbage.
No bias over there from Joseph.
Okay, back to scouting. Man,
okay.
we can't be scouting players already.
Well, let's just put them on your radar, right? Because the Tennessee Titans are going to need a cornerback, more than likely. They're going to need a safety, maybe. Wide receivers, edge rushers, you got to kind of start looking at people like this.
I think we need to go back and look at your history and your win rate. And what is your percentage?
Well, this is the first year I've done this particular thing. So it's a 0-0.
If you are doing bad in this one, man, I think the Titans need to be calling you up, man.
Well, I tell you who's doing it is Stoney. That's who they need to be calling.
This is way too early.
But yesterday we were supposed to talk about this. We never got around to it. But I was going to bring up this guy from Georgia transferred to Missouri, Damon Wilson II.
Damon Wilson II.
And he transferred from Georgia to Missouri. Last night he played 10 pass rush snaps.
Oh, he's a pass rusher.
He's a pass rusher.
Oh.
He got 2 sacks and 2 tackles for losses last night off minimal snaps against Central Arkansas. Now, that's against Central Arkansas, but in a short time frame. Remember how we were talking about James Pierce last year and how he didn't really do enough in his short time frame.
That he was out there
against like Kent State and all that kind of stuff. That's a guy to have on your radar. Like, you should be watching Damon Wilson II progress throughout the year for your Tennessee Titans fan.
I have a check mark by him because I would say I got to see him do it against SEC competition. But yeah.
So like against Tennessee at Syracuse, you're not going to see Jamard McCoy, but that's a guy that you want. If you're a Tennessee Titans fan, you should be keeping an eye on because you may need a cornerback next year, depending on how L'Jarius Sneed works, right? Mm-hmm. You got also Joshua Josephs, an outside linebacker last year.
Oh, I love Joseph. That's 19.
Yeah, so he's going to be getting more rotation, more exposure. And that's another guy you want to watch.
Yeah, he's really good.
So that's what I'm looking for in this is like, okay, let's keep tabs. These are like keep tabs guys. Like highlight names or put a Post-it note to remind yourself to watch these guys.
Anybody for Syracuse?
Nobody for Syracuse. Nobody made it for Syracuse, unfortunately.
Oh, man.
But we got Alabama at Florida State. We got Auburn at Baylor. We're going to cover
the whole
entire
Alabama team, right?
I mean, pretty much. I mean, when you start looking – okay, so what I did was also not only names of people from last year, but I also compare them to how the consensus big board is looking for these draft prospects. People are already scouting
of course
and doing those things.
Yeah. Only scouting departments.
Yeah.
Only scouting departments
nerds,
are doing this right
and nerds.
I don't know, man. Kirby, you haven't done this.
It was a top 500. It's actually a top 1,000 big board, right? The top 1,000 players.
Yeah.
Florida State is all the way down, like their first highest rated players, like down in like the 500s. While meanwhile, Alabama has like 20 in the top 100 or something crazy like that.
Their backups are pretty
so I am not worried at all about Florida State coming up. Now maybe that's going to be hubris because things happen crazy.
I mean, that coach getting fired if they don't, man.
Mike Norvell. I'm not going to have any love lost from Mike Norvell.
Did he hire veteran coaches as OC? Who did he hire?
Oh man, I have to go.
The
check.
Auburn coach. It used to be the Auburn. I think it was the Auburn.
Oh yeah, Gus Malzahn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
As the OC.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see, but I'm not too worried about Florida State as an Alabama fan.
I don't know.
When we come back, we'll run through some more names in this list. We'll talk about a few of these SEC games as we wrap up here. We are here at Yazoo Brewing in Madison, Tennessee. 3HL will also be here for their show. Come do the pregame Pilsner. This is Cover 2 with Blaine Bishop and Zach Lyons here on 104.5 The Zone.
Baby Blue.
Cover 2 with Blaine Bishop and Zach Lyons here at 105 The Zone, powered by All Four Seasons Garage Door. 615-737-1045 is the number. Last call for phone calls if you want to get in. And you saw, if you're on YouTube, you may have seen Blaine just jump up and run. There are actual names for these fries, and he heard them, and then he forgot about what it was in the span of like a second.
Uber tubers.
Uber tubers.
Is what they call the French fries.
Uber tubers.
Yeah, because I guess the potatoes are tubers.
Yeah, there you
That's
go.
what she told me. That's right. It's right?
Uber
come
tubers.
Come on. Yeah, we're going to get you. Get on my. Yeah.
Uber tubers for
Make
these
sure
French fries.
I'm pronouncing it. So how did they, do you know how they came up with the name? Oh. Yeah, because we were talking about branding the potatoes here, the French fries.
Yeah.
And then now, Ding Dong Me didn't know that you call them Uber tubers.
We do. We call them Uber tubers. So the Grill Shack, which is the company that has these fries, started as a food truck called Uber Tuber Fries. They are hand cut. We make them ourselves, kind of a secret recipe. It's an East Coast recipe. They call them boardwalk fries out there. Really good with the Old Bay on them.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But Grill Shack now is called Grill Shack Fries and Burgers. We put the fries before the burgers because it's our most famous thing.
There you go.
Kirby, I'm thoroughly disappointed you did not know any of this information.
I'm a little surprised.
And you're supposed to be a walking encyclopedia. You didn't help me at all.
How
What
many
is your
people tell you
service for
these
us?
are the best French fries?
I know, man.
Like,
They are
All day. All
because
day.
when the first time I came here and I had these French fries, I put it on Twitter, texted everybody I knew. It was like, you guys will not believe where the best French fries are at.
Yeah.
Right,
Very
Yazoo
good.
Brewery,
That's
right
the
here.
first thing she said to me, too, when I was like, what's the most popular? She said, the French fries. I'm
French
like,
fries.
French fries? What do you mean? To give me? You didn't even give me the whole history until I, pulled your arm a little bit, and then you told me the whole history. And then I
We're
forgot.
pretty proud of them.
I'd
Yes.
say everything on this menu is good.
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
the
he's a
Nashville
great-
scene votes us almost every year. We get voted best fries. So
Oh, there you go.
Really, there you
There
have
you go.
it. Appreciate it.
Award
What's your
winning.
name now?
I'm Susie.
Susie.
Awesome,
Yeah.
Susie. We appreciate
I
it.
She
appreciate
is
you
the
guys.
walking encyclopedia.
Let's go.
Uber tubers.
Uber tubers.
Are you
Yeah.
a fan of Tennessee? What's your team? Security.
I don't watch a lot of sports. I know.
Oh, that's okay.
I'm one of the music gals around here, but I do love the Titans. I live right near the stadium.
There you go.
So,
Oh,
gotta
there you go.
represent.
There you go. Represent
Let's
Kirby.
go.
Unlike you.
Come on.
You're Ohio
Come on,
State.
Kirby.
He's a whole Ohio State.
Who won the Natty? I don't know. Can you remember? Who won the national championship?
Did you just say, all the Tennessee, they're going to come on and get you? Because how much Ohio State whooped Tennessee.
Are you confident that they're going to whoop Texas? No. Okay, he said no. Resoundingly no.
After 62 years of being a fan of that team,
Yeah.
and I had no options, I can remember about 56 years worth. I've had my heart broken more times than you can imagine. So I am hopefully optimistic. We still have Caleb Downs in the secondary.
Yep.
It was a
Carnell
transfer
Tate.
from where?
Bama.
You got Carnell Tate.
Okay. All I need to see is them play straight up. I'm not worried about the hype and all the other crap. I am a realist. I lived through the Cooper era. But I think they should win it. But I'm not about to go, I don't have anything to worry about, and I am going to be driving tonight nervous as a cat.
Okay. We're about to find out if you're a true fan of Ohio State based off this answer right here.
Go for it.
And if you're a walking encyclopedia. Who is Caleb Downs' dad?
Michael Downs.
Who is that Michael Downs?
He was a Buckeye. Michael Downs was a defensive back for the Dallas Cowboys. I take that back. I flash back to 1983, the walk-on, undrafted safety.
Well, okay, undrafted. Here, that is his father.
Michael Downs?
Yes,
There you
it
go.
is. A lot of people don't know. And his brother was a third-round pick, the Downs that plays wide receiver for the Colts.
Bounce off college for a minute. That draft for Dallas, they had 5 undrafted free agent defensive backs that all started mid-season.
His dad was Michael Downs or Gary Downs?
Michael
Downs. Okay.
Number
Because I
20
was a big Cowboys
number
fan growing up.
26.
He was 26. He was free safety for the Dallas Cowboys.
There you go.
You want to try again?
No,
Okay.
You know who has a brother
Around.
in that we
What did these
Titans
guys? What did
fans
these guys
should be
do?
watching?
Who?
Avion Terrell, AJ Terrell's brother, is a cornerback over at Clemson. And they're playing LSU this weekend. And if you're a Tennessee Titans fan, you should be watching that guy.
Well, he plays for the Falcons?
No, he plays the guy that his brother plays for the Falcons. He's playing for Clemson this weekend against LSU.
Because that's where his brother went to Clemson.
Yeah. So that's the guy that was on my list. He's on my list to watch.
Oh, my. Uh-oh.
There's a lot in that. In fact, the LSU-Clemson game probably has the most players that I would be focused on if I were a Tennessee Titans. I know a coach on their staff there. Yeah?
Yeah, I sure do.
There you go.
It's Levon Kirkland.
There you go.
You don't know who that is, huh?
I do not.
Oh, Kirby, help him.
Levon Kirkland. No.
Oh, he went outside to take a smoke. He was a 10-year starter for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Okay. And he's a Clemson graduate, and his name is in the stadium.
Oh.
Played with me with the Eagles.
Gotcha.
Good friend of mine. Great guy.
I do not remember that guy.
Yeah, Levon Kirkland. Here's how I'll help you remember. Yeah. He was number 99 for the Steelers playing middle linebacker.
Oh.
He was the only guy to ever do that.
Oh, I know who you're talking about now.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about now.
He played there 10 years.
There you go.
You know who that is, huh?
I do know.
Yeah.
And you know what other position Tennessee Titans fans should be watching this weekend? Now I'm going to say it because this may put bad juju out there.
You said pass rusher and corner. You've already touched
corner and wide receiver.
Oh, so you pass rusher.
Center.
Oh.
I think the Tennessee Titans fans should be watching center because I don't know what Lloyd Cushenberry is going to be, and you can get out of his contract after this year. So you may want to be watching.
Whoa! Stop! Time out!
Just
time
saying.
out! How do you not get out of Lloyd Cushenberry's contract after this year?
You can. You take on.
Oh, you said you can.
You can.
Oh, you can.
That's why I'm saying you should be watching maybe Jake Slaughter from Florida. You should be watching maybe Parker Brailsford from Alabama. You should maybe be keeping an eye on these centers that you would probably get in, late day 2, early day 3.
No, see, you need to pre-plan, and what's the guy's name? Blake Hinch should be taking snaps, preparing to be the starter.
Or Jackson Slater.
Jackson Slater. Yeah, one of those guys. I don't want to draft a center high. Don't do it.
There you go.
You can make it without him.
I tell you a guy from Vanderbilt that I'm kind of interested to watch this weekend. Not Eli Stowers, obviously.
Well, he had a tight end. He's legit.
But Martell Height, who they're going to play at returner.
Oh, number 4.
They're going to play him at defensive back. They're going to play him at wide receiver. I'm interested to see what he can do.
Oh, I need to sign up and have him come, autograph some stuff. What was his? How much was he paying? $100?
No, I think Martell Height was only like $15 or something like that. It was Diego Pavia was like $500 for a podcast appearance, and Martell Height was like $15 because they have an open door kind of deal right there.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. He's supposed to be spectacular. They're going to play him on offense, too, this year.
Yeah, they're going to play him all 3 phases. So, he's basically their
he was
version
an All-American
of Travis
pretty
Hunter.
much every returner, right?
Yeah, they're going to play him as like Travis Hunter out there. Now, he probably won't be as good as Travis Hunter, but I am interested to see what he's able to do in all 3 phases of the game for Vanderbilt, who is lacking or needing star power to go with Eli Stowers, to go with Diego Pavia. You need some star power on that team because you're looking to keep afloat or at least get better than you were last year.
I'm always nervous in the SEC, the guys doing it. Just think how many great athletes have come through the SEC, and a lot of them haven't done what he's trying to attempt to do.
Yep.
That a lot of those guys return punts, kicks, play defense, offense, and a lot of them didn't when they got to college because they needed to focus on being the best version of themselves, just being on one side of the ball. I don't know if he's on that. He's a returner. He made All-America, so obviously I would stick to just playing DB. If not, he needed to switch to wide receiver.
I will say this, LSU at Clemson, Patrick Payton, and obviously T.J. Parker, 2 edge rushers, 1 for LSU, 1 for Clemson. Keep your eyes on those guys if you're Tennessee Titans fans. And then I will also say Keldrick Falk out of Auburn has getting some buzz. I'm anxious to see what he's able to do this year. And they're going up against Baylor. Auburn has 3 different play callers, Blaine. 3 different quarterbacks. That means they don't have one. 3 different play callers. Could you imagine being an Auburn fan? That has to be the worst right now. I could not imagine being an Auburn fan.
War Eagle, Don.
Yeah, there you go. That will do it for us. This is Cover 2 with Blaine Bishop and Zach Lyons. 3HL's up next. We're broadcasting live all day from Yazoo Brewing Company, Madison, Tennessee. Thanks to Porch Factory and Logo Brands. And in the meantime.
And in between time, Kirby.
Peace.